Hello everyone, my name is Tommy, and I am here with PJ.
Hello.
And today we are starting a new anime podcast. Isn't that right?
It is.
What anime are we doing today?
Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer, yes. We're doing the Entertainment District. Now, normally we are going to try to do this podcast on an anime we're watching, and we're going to try and do it episode by episode. However, the Entertainment District is kind of technically done in a Japanese standpoint, but we watch it in English, and we are currently on episode 7. So Nezuko and the Upper Six are already resuming her fight, and we discovered that Nezuko has the ability to regenerate her parts incredibly quick. I don't know if that has to do with her blood art, but when she did get cut into pieces there, her head was cut off, which normally that's how you kill a demon, and all of her other limbs were cut off. But her coagulated blood was holding it together, kind of serving as like a string, holding it all together so that way she could not die, I would assume, which is interesting because we haven't seen that on any other demon. And then she reforms and reheals incredibly quick.
Yes.
So I don't know if that's her blood art or if it's because she's sleeping.
No,
but,
it was her.
She does.
If you notice, the other demon she was fighting, the Upper Six, mentioned that her blood art was the only thing keeping her limbs like that. But she also mentioned that her blood art is stronger than hers and could be on par with the Master's.
Yes, on the regenerating part.
Yes.
Yes. And then we also noticed that when she was cut up into pieces, some blood got on the Upper Six's face, and Nezuko's main ability is to burn blood. And so without hesitation, even though she's chopped into pieces and regenerating at the same time, she hit him with the burn blood, causing her to burn half this chick's face, which is really cool. And then it also can't be healed by any normal means. It won't regenerate, is what I should say. Can't regenerate on its own like normal demons can with other limbs.
You have to have help, don't you?
I don't know, but we'll get to that. Because at this point, she gets punched through a wall, and Nezuko is going on a rampage. Which then, Tanjiro's sibling, who is dead, wakes him up, basically saying, you gotta stop her, otherwise shit's gonna hit the wall. And Tanjiro hops up without hesitation, and he runs off. He looks really cool right now with the blood in his eyes and coming out from beneath him. He looks really cool.
Yeah.
My question is, how do you clean that up? How do you get that out of your eyeballs? I got to be honest. It seems hard.
It'll take time.
But, yeah. But he runs off, and she gets her. She's about to attack some humans because she's bleeding, and demons need blood. So Tanjiro helps her, gets her, and she's struggling the whole time. And around this time, while he's struggling, the woman comes back. And she's looking to attack him, but Tanjiro's worried about the civilians there.
Yeah, because Nezuko threw him through the roof and landed in a building. And I'm like, that's something, let me tell you.
Yeah. And he's trying to restrain Nezuko. He's trying to protect these people from Nezuko. But then the Upper Six shows up, and he can't protect them from the Upper Six and Nezuko. And he can't restrain Nezuko and help and do all this. So now he's worried. He doesn't know what to do. And at any moment, this demon is going to attack. And then the Sound Hashira shows up. I don't know his name, so I'm going to keep calling him the Sound Hashira. And he shows up, and he starts to show off his speed. And I will say, in the first episode, this dude says he's part of the Shinobi clan. I'm a big fan of Shinobis. And we haven't really seen any Shinobi trickery going on, besides, the infiltration spy. We haven't seen any Shinobi things. He's just shown off speed. And him coming in and cutting her ribbons so that way it stops from attacking everyone. Also, he managed to cut her head off at the same time. But we don't get to that until he talks to Tanjiro, has a full-ass conversation with Tanjiro before this woman's head falls off. But he basically says, you need to calm that down because she's getting crazy.
You can't have
So then,
his exact words were, you need to get your partner under control. Because we can't have a crybaby on the battlefield.
Yeah. You can't have kids throwing a tantrum in a battlefield. And the battle's far from over. So then Nezuko throws her and Tanjiro out of the wall. And now they're back on the street because she's throwing a tantrum. And then Tanjiro sings a lullaby that his mom sang and it calms her down, and she shrinks back down and passes out without hesitation. Meanwhile, the Sound Hashira is having a conversation with the Upper Six, basically calling her weak and pitiful, and she's not the demon he was looking for, so she should just die. He's got to go look for the other demon. When the whole time, this demon's alive with its head cut off, which normally these demons die from that. So he's kind of confused by that. And then a second demon emerges from the first demon. Now, I did see, it was there for a split second, but I did see his eyes, and it doesn't say he's like the upper 5. It doesn't say he's upper 7. It doesn't say he's a different number. It also says he's number 6. And that's because they are both number 6, and they fight together. Because his words are, 2 are better than 1.
You gotta love twins.
That's cool. Yeah.
And the fact that...
And this dude...
that Twin 2 lives inside of Twin 1 is highly disturbing.
Yeah, he's also malnourished as hell, and he looks so weird, and he looks cool, I guess, if you're going to be that way. But I can't help but notice that when he comes out, he starts acting kind of like a character we have that is one of the main 3. He's acting very much like Zenitsu. Even the point where he goes, well, not to brag, but I have 3 wives. Even he starts freaking out. The demon, the male demon starts freaking out. And I'm fairly certain in the exact same way Zenitsu freaked out. So what's that about? I don't know. Just people are jealous of him. What can you say? Dude looks handsome. He's a great guy. He's a big shinobi. And without hesitation, he shows off how good of a Hashira he is. And he gets the people out of the house without them blowing up or getting attacked or anything. And he manages to deflect all of the demon arts, even if he's throwing blood sickles at them. I'm very impressed with how he stops it. But then he starts to throw in his shinobi techniques. And shinobis are useful for having a million tricks up their sleeve. And he throws up some smoke bombs, which is a very classic shinobi thing. And then he also starts hearing sound. And that's when we start to see that the reason he's the Sound Hashira. Being on the first floor of this 3rd tower building, and they were on the 3rd floor, he can throw his senses around and see the entire house in an instant and goes, all right, no one else is in the house. We can now begin the fight. And I got to be honest, shinobis are really cool. And if they bring back more, because it ends with like that. Like, that's how it ends. We don't get to see a fight yet. The next episode I'm excited for, because I'm hoping we get to see some shinobi techniques kick in.
Oh, yeah.
Because this guy is going to be impressive.
Yeah, the only thing that kind of terrifies me about the brother is when he was healing the sister's eye and stuff by rubbing his hand across it.
Yes, he did do that.
The Sound Hashira went, this one's different. I need to take him out quickly. In one attack, he went to cut off the Sound Hashira's head. He blocked, but he split his headband. Like, cracked his headband and
open. Yeah.
Cut his forehead open. Which is insane, because that man's extremely fast.
Yes. Which means this guy's incredibly fast. And the reason I think he's inside of his sister, congealed inside of her as a soul, is because he also came out and he said, I'm very malnourished. Anything I eat, I don't gain weight. And I think that's because anything he eats goes to her. And that's why, she's the main one. Anything that happens goes to her. And so he's just kind of there to protect her and be a buff one. Meanwhile, she's like the face. She's the body. Anything they eat goes towards her. Keeps her looking okay. While he's just there to protect her. And that's why he doesn't gain weight and he looks just like Bones. But even being just Bones, this dude's incredibly fast because he's on par with a Hashira.
The other thing that really piqued my interest is, while she's sitting there with her head decapitated,
yes.
The Sound Hashira made a kind of theory about if he cuts off his head, the brother's head, they both die.
Yes. I don't think so. He made the theory basically saying he cut off her head and they didn't die. And since they're both one, he predicts that if he cuts off the brother's head, then they'll both die. I think they're going to have to cut off both their heads at the same time before one heals. That's what I predict. So you can still decapitate one, as long as you're quick enough to decapitate the next one before the first one heals. I think that's the only way to kill him. It would be very much inclusive for the crew. because the whole thing so far is about speed. You have the demon being very fast. We have the Sound Hashira being very fast. And you know who else is very fast in this battle, or getting ready to be in this battle? Zenitsu. He's literally the lightning guy. So he's got to be fast. So I'm predicting that you're going to have to do the whole decapitation thing at the same time. And something's going to happen to where, like, the Sound Hashira won't. I'm not going to say he's going to die, because that'd be way. If they just kill off a second Hashira and right after they kill off the Flame Hashira, I'm going to be blown away and excited for the series. But normally shows don't do that. They don't kill a couple of the strong ones right off the bat. And they go, now let the weak ones handle it. But, maybe Zenitsu and Tanjiro would have to work together, and they'll cut one head off and the other one will cut the other head off. Or maybe the Sound Hashira and Zenitsu will go at it. I don't know, but I predict that you'll probably have to cut both their heads off. I don't think it's just one.
I feel like Nezuko is going to take a quick nap, and she's going to jump back in the fight quicker than what we're going to think she is.
Okay.
Because I feel like they're going to have their hands full. Tanjiro and the Sound Hashira are going to have their hands full with the brother. And I don't think I forget the Boris guy again.
Inosuke.
I don't think Inosuke is going to be any part of this battle. I feel like he's going to struggle through the whole thing, to where Zenitsu's going to get his wish, and he's going to work alongside Nezuko again, seeing as he saved her on the train.
Right, but he's going to be sleeping, so it's not going to be anything he remembers.
He was sleeping on the train, too. He woke up wondering why...
Did he remember it?
No, he woke up wondering why Nezuko was standing by him.
That's true, yeah, you're right. Okay. So you're thinking he's going to work with Nezuko again?
Yeah, and they're going to take down the girl while the Sound Hashira and Tanjiro are working on the twin brother.
Okay. I don't know the answer. I will say your theory sounds sound. The only issue is I don't think Inosuke is not going to be part of this battle. You have a hard time for him not to be a part of anything, and with him being there, he's going to be a part of the battle unless they throw him across the forest like they did in season 1. I don't think.
No, I didn't mean like he's not going to be there. I just mean like he's going to struggle to where
finishing it up.
Yeah, he's going to struggle to the point to where he's not really going to be needed. Like, not really needed, right, but, like, ineffective in the battle.
Oh, yeah. All right. I see what you're saying. Yeah. All right. So, yeah. And you got to think, if something happens to any of these people, Tanjiro's, even if it's not Tanjiro, say something happens to Inosuke or someone like that, that's a great reason for Tanjiro to step out and get away from the battle, because they're trying to defend that guy. And right now, Tanjiro's not even there. Tanjiro picked up Nezuko and ran for the box to put her in the box when Bor and Zenitsu showed up. So right now, the only people in front of the demon is the Sound Hashira, the two demons, and Zenitsu and Inosuke.
Yes.
And judging on, they're not completely low ranks, but they are there. It might be Sound Hashira against the brother, and then Zenitsu and Inosuke versus the sister. And that's what's going to happen, And then eventually, after handling the sister or getting them at least separated enough, Tanjiro is going to come back. And if someone's injured, he will absolutely try to defend them and get them out of there, or help them in some way to get them to get some help. So if Inosuke gets hurt, I can see Tanjiro hopping out, and that leaves Zenitsu and the Sound Hashira to finish off the guys, or the demons.
Yeah, I can see that happening.
Well, if you enjoyed this, we're going to upload a highlights reel on a channel. It's coming soon. We'll let you know. But if you enjoyed this, please follow us or whatever you have to do at Spotify. And then next week, after the day the episode comes out in English, we will watch the episode, and then we will review it just like we did for the rest of the season in this episode.
Yes. And you want to see more of us talking about Demon Slayer, tune in next Sunday.
Oh, is that when it is?
Yep.
All right. Yeah, no, that sounds good. All right. Well, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed it, rate us. That's what we do here. We don't like. We rate. Rate us stars. Your stars. 10, please. Either way, thank you guys for watching. Bye.
Bye.